Christmas tree worms are a type of small, marine, tube-building polychaete worm belonging to the family Serpulidae. They are commonly found in tropical waters around the world, and are known for their beautiful, colorful spiral-shaped crowns, which resemble Christmas trees. The Christmas tree worm, known scientifically as Spirobranchus giganteus, is a tube-building worm native to tropical oceans worldwide. These tiny marine worms, named for their resemblance to spindly fir trees, are often prized by underwater photographers and aquarists. Since the worms are primarily sedentary, they lack the specialized appendages necessary for swimming. Unlike the closely related Sabellida fan worm, Christmas tree worms have a modified radiole called the operculum that secures its hull when they withdraw into their tube. The worm's body forms after the larvae settle on a coral. The coral then grows around the worm to form a tube. The worm's legs and bristles stay in the tube, and they are about twice as long as the portion of the worm visible above the coral. These worms are filter feeders and use their brightly colored crowns to capture plankton and other tiny organisms from the surrounding water. The crowns are made up of a pair of specialized structures called radioles, which are covered in fine, hair-like cilia that create a current to draw in food particles. Christmas tree worms are important members of coral reef ecosystems, providing food for larger predators and playing a role in nutrient cycling. They are also popular among scuba divers and snorkelers, who enjoy their bright colors and intricate patterns. However, like many other coral reef organisms, they are threatened by climate change, overfishing, and pollution. Christmas tree worms come in a variety of colors, including red, yellow, orange, blue, and white. The colors of their spiral-shaped crowns are produced by pigments in the worm's tissue, and can vary depending on factors such as age, sex, and location. The colors of Christmas tree worms can serve several purposes. For example, the bright colors can attract prey, while also helping to camouflage the worm against its coral substrate. Additionally, the colors of the crowns can vary within a single individual, which can help the worm to blend in with its surroundings and avoid predation. The colors of Christmas tree worms can also be influenced by environmental factors such as light and water quality. For example, worms in areas with high light levels may exhibit more vibrant colors, while those in areas with poor water quality may appear duller. Overall, the bright and varied colors of Christmas tree worms make them a beautiful and fascinating sight for divers and snorkelers. Christmas tree worms are relatively small creatures, typically ranging in size from around 1.5 to 3 centimeters in length. The size of an individual worm can vary depending on factors such as age and location, but most are within this range. The spiral-shaped crowns of Christmas tree worms are typically around 1 to 2 centimeters in diameter, with each crown consisting of a pair of structures called radioles. These structures are covered in tiny, hair-like cilia that the worm uses to capture plankton and other tiny organisms from the surrounding water. Christmas tree worms have a lifespan of approximately 40 years in an unpolluted habitat. More commonly, they live between 10 to 20 years due to climate change and predation. The female worms will send eggs, and the males send sperm in the water to reproduce. The gametes come from their abdominal segments, and the eggs become fertilized apart from the female worm. This reproductive process makes them broadcast spawners. Once fertilized, the eggs develop into larvae within 24 hours before they drift along with zooplankton for 9 to 12 days as they develop into larvae. The larvae then settle on some coral where they produce a mucus tube that becomes a calcareous one, and the creatures become Christmas tree worms. Christmas tree worms are often found several to an area, but they do not live in close groups. This species, although very attractive, can be difficult to keep in the aquarium environment and is suitable only for advanced reef aquarium hobbyists with established aquariums. These tiny tube worms are protecting themselves simply by hiding in their tube, but of course, there are some predators in the ocean they feed on them. Usually, sea urchins, crabs and shrimps eat Christmas tree worms as well as some larger reef fish. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for even more viewing pleasure. Don't forget, like and comment. Feel free to share.